All right. Always happy to be able to start these proceedings, this transmission of spirit, yes. And I welcome all of you who are on your spiritual awakening, development. And this is something that we're going to be talking about tonight, your ascension symptoms, or what you could be experiencing that would be indications for you or signs that you are working towards your spiritual awakening and ascension. And those terms go together, you guys, because first of all, you go on a spiritual journey and you're trying to become more enlightened, more awakened to what you don't realize at the moment, right? And then this leads you to a transformation. It leads you to your spiritual ascension. The goal of spiritual awakening leads you to spiritual ascension. And so we're going to just talk about some of the ascension symptoms that you could be experiencing. And they're not all psychic, right? They could be just changes that are indicative that you are starting to shift. Yes, shift to that possibility. Let me make sure everything's... This is live. Looks like we got everything going. We got lights. We got sound. Hello. And usually Connor is in the house and he lets me know. Let me... 1 second here. There's my lighter. Might as well get it going on right away. Our spiritual hygiene, cleansing, purifying, protecting our space. This is how light workers roll, holy ones. And also light our charcoal disc. And say hello to all my brothers and sisters coming in. All right, here we go. Charcoal disc. You can get those at smoke shops, incense shops, spiritual shops. Anyone that's, that would be, if not the incense, you can get the charcoal in a lot of different places. So, thank you guys for coming on in, brothers and sisters. We got UTD in the house. Welcome, Holy One. We also got Kevin. Greetings to you, Kevin. Always happy to see you. Celine, my sister, my Chihuahua sister, thank you for being here. Thank you for holding space with us. And you guys, if we get a troll today, we will turn on the 1 message per minute. And we don't want to do that, but that doesn't hurt you, but it just simply prevents people from spamming the chat because we've been attacked like that. So that's why we have moderators like Celine. Thank you, sister. And as soon as that happens, I'll turn on the 1 message per minute, okay? Because a lot of you appreciate this information and knowledge, but others do not. And the same spammers actually say, I hate you. So we got Mr. Mandism. Yes! Woohoo! Murray Tugsi. That's another language. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Ozer. Welcome. Hi from Turkey. Welcome, Turkey. Welcome, Marai. Blessings, many blessings. Thank you for holding space with us. Aaron White. Hello, brother. I hope you had a blessed day. Thank you very much. I hope you had a blessed day, right? Anything special in your day? Ben. Wait a second. My thing went down. Okay. Ben is my name. Welcome, Ben. All right. Oh, thank you, Connor. Yeah, I just mentioned that. I appreciate it. I'm getting better at making sure my microphone's here and the lights are set up. We don't have that old green screen problem, so. And I never have enough time. I want to change my background. Right now it's fine. We'll keep it the way it is. Or maybe I should change it to space. Let's do space today. Why not? Right? Let's take a look. There's a classic. Let me see. So. I can't see the little thumbnails, so I'm guessing. Spiritual Awakening Ascension. That kind of fits. Okay. Because it's cosmic. It's universal. It's outer space, baby. And if you guys have questions, please tag my name in chat so we can all see it. And oh yeah, this shirt has a little bit of green in it. I notice it will pick up on my shoulders, you know, like that. But it's fine. I'm behind this red chair thing. Star bro. Anna Finland. Hello everyone. Welcome. Lilia Benjamin from Dominica. Welcome, Dominica. Lilia, please tell us what time it is in your, like right now, in my time zone, Pacific Standard Time, it's 6:22 p.m. Deborah's in the house. I'm having a transforming, ascending day. That's good news. Thank you for sharing, Deborah. Blessings to you. Awesome news, right? David Fisher, 33. Oh, really? I missed it. It grew so fast. Share that in comments. You did. Thank you. And also Wizard said there's 44. Hello, Indigo. Thank you, brother, for being here. Much respect to you. Thank you. So hopefully we don't have so much problems, but we have the option now to stop it like that. Lisa Gregg, welcome. Thank you, Mr. Mendesium. Oh, the other realm. Why? Where do you live right now? You can't sleep. I usually have that problem, you guys. Usually cannabis will help me go to sleep, no problem. But when I'm trying not to use cannabis, it's hard to fall asleep. Once you get used to falling asleep, like 3 days in a row, 4 days in a row, then you'll be better off. But that first initial, trying to fall asleep thing can be irritating, right? You want to sleep, you want to have energy for tomorrow, you want to wake up for tomorrow's responsibilities. I don't want to be feeling lacking, right? Lisa, thank you. It's good to see you and helping us hold space today. Your presence holds space, you guys. Sarah Holder, much love, sister. One of our other moderators. Thank you for being here, sister. Machiwa Warren B, David Fisher, Grandianis in the house. Much respect, Grandianis. Ekar. Stephen Vargas? Wait. The thing jumps down on me sometimes. And it loses my place. Monk Goddess. Hello, welcome. All people are welcome, whatever your beliefs are. And I want to say, not just to Monk Goddess, but anyone else who's new, you will probably hear something you probably haven't heard before, because there's a lot of false New Age teachings. You would say distortions. Okay, and so this is coming from the innerchristos teachings, also called the Emerald Order or Law of One teachings. Not the raw material. Yes, that's out there. That's not us. This is the innerchristos Law of One. So welcome. And I just want to say, you guys, you don't have to agree with everything I'm saying or anything what Ashiana, the main teacher, says, or what the guardians say. But something brought you here. That's part of your higher self, your soul matrix, your oversoul matrix. You were brought here. Your circumstances, your energies, your frequencies brought you here for a reason. So just consider that. So check out this information and see if it resonates with you, if you have that same resonance. Machiwa. Valinda. Kathleen. Kyle Croft. Oh, you guys like the new background? Okay, cool. I was wondering what you were saying. Thank you guys. It looks like El Salvador, or is she distracted? I don't know who you're talking about, El Salvador. Monster Quinn! Hello, Holy One. A cat. Oh, we would like it for everybody to ascend, but that's just not the reality. Even the Guardians say in this book, okay, and we're going to show some of that tonight, that this is a descending earth. Not everybody's ascending. There's actually 3 different timelines you can find yourself in, okay? And so there's the one that's not so great. It's definitely not the one you want to be on. And that is staying on this timeline. Like, because we're all aging and we'll eventually die. And when you die, you'll ascend or not. Okay? And so you're not ascending while you're alive. No, unfortunately, this planet is not an ascension planet. We're not immortal here. There's distortions in Earth's grids. So only a portion of Earth is ascending. And that's by free will choice of all of the consciousness here. They made their choices, and they're following phantom creeds, not the pro-God creeds. Because what you find in religion and the false New Age teachings are against those creeds of unity consciousness, of Christ consciousness. Their systems, not this system, the false teachings, the false creeds are based on fear. They're based on guilt and shame and subservience and blind worship, devaluing the divine feminine, putting women down. No, sorry, we don't, transmute. Okay, a lot of you into spiritual ascension, into awakening yourself, enlightening, bring in your higher selves, are interested in a different paradigm, not that old paradigm, not the negative, judgmental paradigm. Okay, so, but that's a free will choice, and I want to say that if you're pro-Jesus or whatever, I mean, we talk about Jesus, but just not as a crucified, tortured Messiah. Okay? Jesus was an indigo child. Jesus was teaching ascension symptoms, the spiritual awakening, about the Huva bodies, about your chakras, about the Kundalini, and something called Maharata. Okay? That's the Christos frequency. Kundalini is between dimensions 1 through 9. That's limited. When there's 15 dimensions, Kundalini doesn't embrace those other dimensions. After Kundalini is Maharata, which is dimensions 10 through 12. Okay, and after 12th dimension, you're going to experience the life force current, frequency, energy, consciousness of the Kundare. Oh, Kirashe first, then the Kundare. So you have Kundalini, Maharata, Kirashe, and Kundare. And so that is God's consciousness feeding all of creation, feeding the time matrix, feeding all of the universes, because there's more than one. We're in a multiverse. God's energy is feeding all of the galaxies, feeding all of the planets, and all the life force, all the beings on the planets. Not just Earth, many planets, all the planets. And so when we talk about spiritual ascension, okay, expansion, there are those on a path of falling, practicing Metatron death science, which is anti-life, anti-God. Believe it or not, it may sound crazy to you if you're new to this channel. Religion is against God, against humans. Okay? They're judging humans, crucifying humans, sacrificing humans, murdering humans. Wow. You see why this is false teachings. negative polarity. Okay, we don't want to be polarized. Okay, we want to be in unity, because God is unity. God is all. You know this word omnipresent? That means, omni means all presence. There is no exception to the word all. So we're all part of the Creator God. We're all inside of God. We're all inside what the Guardians call the unified field. The Guardians don't say God. God doesn't have a name. Notice in religions, God has a name. That's your first sign, homie. It's 44 likes. It says, reconnection successful. Yes. So thank you guys for being here in this shift. Some people call it a 5D shift, or 5D ascension. Now, your consciousness will be in 5D, but remember, your body is always one dimension lower than your consciousness. Right now, we're embodied in the 3rd dimension, but your consciousness is in the 4th dimension. Okay? So all humans are in the 4th dimension, having a human experience in the 3rd dimension. The human consciousness is embodied in the body. Okay? The soul essence projects into the fetus of your mother, grows up to be a little baby, a toddler, an adult. This is how starseeds are coming in. This is how indigo children are coming in. Through the birthing process, through a birthing contract. They're called birthing contracts. And so we come in here and with a mission, with a purpose. Now we're going to be talking about all these different crazy ass ascension symptoms in tonight's video. So welcome all of you who are following that journey, who have made that choice to awaken yourself, to enlighten yourself, to be a better version of yourself than whatever you were doing before wasn't working. That's why most people go on a spiritual journey. Mostly because they're having problems, dramas, issues, stress, depression, confusion. They feel lost. So they go on a spiritual journey. Okay, so many people have different reasons for going on a spiritual journey. But mostly it's trying to become a better version of yourself. And we know that exists. It's not an opinion that you have higher selves, because many of us are experiencing ascension symptoms and remembering, seeing, feeling, experiencing. It doesn't require bilocation either. You're going to feel, see, experience spirit, which is consciousness that exists in another dimension, because we're in the 3rd dimension, but you're not limited to it. Maybe this body is a vehicle for the consciousness in the 4th dimension. So the process of ascension means your consciousness will go to the 5th dimension, and your body will now be the 4th dimensional body, not a carbon matter, a crystal carbon matter body. This is ascension. Your consciousness goes up, your body goes up in tandem with that. If your consciousness falls, your body falls. So if you want to fall from 4D astral into the 3D ego, then your body is going to be a plant, animal, or elemental. Vice versa, you're in expansion, the plant, animal, elemental can ascend after it gets its 3rd strand, because now it only has 2. Humans, you're going to go from a human 3-dimensional Templar to a 4th-dimensional Templar. Templar is chakra. These are vortices they're gateways to other dimensions. The 4th chakra, has a lot of correspondences. It is the doorway to the 4th dimension, It is representing the fourth race called the Aryans. The third one is the Atlanteans. The second one is the Lemurians. The first one is the Polarians and Hyperboreans. So we have future versions in the higher chakra. In this chakra, it's the Muvarians. In this chakra, it's the Unchechi. So chakra represent levels of consciousness and levels of body matter. Here we're carbon matter. In the next one, we're going to be carbon crystal. Ghost-like compared to what we are here. This is what we have to look forward to. Who doesn't want to be in a new body? Because those bodies up there are immortal. They don't have the same planetary grid distortions as Earth does. There's all kinds of drama, though. Realize, you guys, that most people assume or believe that anything after the third dimension is good and divine. That could be further from the truth. According to these teachings, we have more than 7 chakra. Most spiritual systems in the New Age are just talking about 7 chakra. Right there, they're cutting off half of yourself. You don't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chakra. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 chakra in the human DNA template. And there's actually 13, 14, 15 chakras in the time matrix. Vortices, stargates. Okay, so, but we are, our human race, our species, we're not talking about starseeds and indigos. The human race template is 12. So that's 12 correspondences, 12 chakras, 12 races, 12 levels of body matter. So that's expansion. There's plenty of people who are falling, though, descending. This is called a descending planet by the guardian angelic nations. That's the truth. That's the reality of what we found ourselves in. Our karma brought us here because we're not from Earth. We're not going this way. We fell that way. So you're not becoming an angel, an archangel, an avatar. You're reclaiming that because you already are that. It's in your junk DNA. I don't call it junk. The scientists call it junk. They call dormant DNA that they see in a microscope junk. It's dormant. It's junk. No, it's not. That is your 12-strand silicate matrix, baby. And that's what you're experiencing in your ascension symptoms. Activations of the dormant DNA that even the scientists see but don't understand what it is. It says the word junk here too, that what the scientists call it junk is not junk. It's your hidden powers. It's your hidden awakening, your hidden potential. And you guys realize we're in a spiritual war. These beings don't want you to awaken to that 12-strand silicate matrix, also called the diamond sun DNA. Scientists tell you have 2. BS. Not only is religion distorted, your sciences are half-truths. Okay? Now you're only getting partial truth, a keyhole picture of what you really are. 2 strands? That's an animal DNA. That's a plant DNA. You have more than 2. Okay? But according to our teacher, Ashana Dean, okay, and according to the Guardian teachings, realize that some of the distortions are meant to take you away from your true potential. You're being disempowered, okay? You're not experiencing your full potential with 7 chakras. These teachings teach you how to bring in 12 chakras, which is the 12th dimension, the 12th chakra, the 12th star, Merkaba, is the Christ, the Christos ray. And you learn not just to be limited to 7, you learn to bring in your 8th chakra. Right here, the thymus. The 9th chakra is the thalamus. The 10th chakra, 6 inches above your head, is this one's called Galactic 1, you got Galactic 2, you got the star, the Christ star below your feet, 6 inches below your feet, that's 12. The one in the middle of the earth, that's 13. That's a pale turquoise chakra color. There's the one that's 3 feet above your head. That is the pale gold or pale yellow color. Then there's one that's out in outer space. It's so far out. That is your 15th chakra. Okay, your universal chakra too. So we are bringing that in. In these teachings, you're learning how to at least bring in the 12 of the diamond sun DNA, also called the silicate matrix. So bring in, and these aliens don't want you to bring it in. They want you to be disempowered. So they're going to teach you false teachings that you only have 7 chakras, and plus they're not going to tell you everything about the chakras, that it's related to your race hybridization. How many New Age books are you going to open about the chakras, and they're going to tell you that 3rd chakra represents Atlantean race, species? They don't. Okay? You're losing your identity. You're not getting your full identity. You're actually being taught that alien extraterrestrials from the planet Nibiru created you. The Anunnaki say they created you. They told that to the Sumerians. They're telling it to the New Age. No, they did not. The Orifim angels created us, who were created by the Lyran Syrian Anuhazi. That's who we're coming from, not the Anunnaki. We're in a spiritual war. So part of your awakening is understanding that. We're not clueless about the negative side. We talk about them to expose them, not to become like them. That's ridiculous. But that's what the Love, Light, and Clueless movement does. They pretend it doesn't exist. They pretend away the darkness. You want to teach your children and yourself about the dangers of the spiritual war, of the spiritual awakening. There's dangers. There's false teachings. There's false creeds. So let's talk about some of these. Just let me lay down my copal. Benzoin. How about some frankincense? Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Frankincense for life. Machiwa. Cochias. Spiritual hygiene. Use affirmation. Use manifestation. Be a mindful. Be in presence. Be in the moment. Be in the now. Know who you are. Why do you think I keep calling you guys holy ones? Because you are. You are holy. We're not taking on the identity of a guilty sinner or some inferior human to these ETs. You call BS. Okay, you stand in your light, you stand in your power. You know who you are. You dismiss that with those distortions and lies and hoaxes, because that's what they are. They're intentional lies in the Bible, intentional lies in New Age, by fallen angelics, calling themselves God, your creator, calling themselves as more evolved. Okay? And now billions of humans have taken on that identity. So we're going through a spiritual awakening, and these are some of the signs. I have notes for me to get through some of this. You have a hope for meaning. Okay? One of the earliest stages of your spiritual awakening and ascension symptoms is the craving for more meaning and purpose in your life. It's gently rumbling desire. It's the gently rumbling desire to move beyond autopilot living. And that's a very important concept right there. Autopilot. Where people are not in presence, mindfulness, awareness. They're in kind of like a routine, like a subroutine, like computers do. You're just used to doing habits, your daily chore or whatever your series of actions are. What's going on is you're not spending time in stillness. You're not in that inner reflection. You're not discovering that which is inside. You're too busy. Your mind is too busy in the hologram. What you need to do is place some period of time in your days to go into that inner self. But a lot of us are starting, in this, they don't even have to be on a spiritual journey. They could start to have this hope or for meaning in their life. They will be, who wants to stay in misery or conflict or drama? The human being normally wants to find ways, seek ways to get out of that. To have the understanding of how to help yourself. That's why people seek enlightenment, to realize that there is something better than this. There's something greater. So you have the hope for that. You seek that meaning, that greater meaning. And so it's a journey, you guys. Some people are impatient in that journey. Some people, they just want it like the fast food is. They want it like yesterday. But meditation, pranayama, which is breath work, chakra work, ego work, shadow work, man, this takes time. This isn't done like this. You're changing what you've created in the past decades of your life. Maybe you're younger than a few decades, right? Well, you are still developed habits from your parents. You developed your own ideas in school, in whatever your, kind of a content you're bringing into your life from social media. Nowadays, that's part of most people's lives, social media. What are you learning from social media? What are you getting from, your experiences at your workplace? Your experiences at home, or your experiences in your relationships. That is who your identity is becoming. So this is why we break it down. So we're becoming more towards shifting into greater meaning, greater potential. Another thing is the catalyst, also known as the big hairy breakdown. We mentioned that earlier. Some people go through drama first before they go on their spiritual journey. So this is one of the symptoms, you guys. If you're hit with some breakdown, you're hit with some drama, you're hit with some tragedy, what does that do? It starts to it forces you. See, we are projections of our soul's intention. Our soul is a level of consciousness that projects 12 fragments. That's how it's explained here. You're one of those 12 fragments of your soul. Okay? And so the soul is trying to reclaim itself. You want to return back to Source God, return back to your soul by bringing in all your 12 incarnations. See, there's 12 fragments in different time vectors. 6 of those are male, 6 of those are female. Notice they're equal. They're pairs of soulmates and twin flames. Okay, so you live 12 incarnations. The goal is to go through a spiritual awakening and accomplish spiritual ascension. That means you're done with 3D. You're moving on to 4D. Remember, your consciousness will go to 5D, your body will go to 4D. Unless you happen to have 6 strands activated. 6 level of consciousness means you're going to have a 5th dimensional body. You will be physical in the 5D. But most humans are going to be going through inner earth first, which is in the 4th dimension. Between 3rd and 4th is inner earth. It's part of the earth, inner earth, Tara, Gaia, Armatena. It's part of our experience. You don't just skip inner earth. You don't skip the fourth dimension. But a lot of New Agers think you're going to 5D. You're not going to 5D. Your body experience is going to be 4D first, unless you're one of these indigo children, starseeds, who have 6 strands, 7 strands, or more. Remember, we're trying to bring in 12 strands. If you got 12 strands, buddy, like Jesus did, the real Jesus, because there is fake Jesus, just like there's the real God and fake gods. Okay, the real Jesus was the last 12-strand avatar, according to the Guardians. Okay, so we're trying to just get part of that, but the teachings do teach you to bring in your Christ level of consciousness. And one of the mechanics behind that, you realize that that's 12 strands of DNA. If you have 12 strands, that means you're going to have the 11th strand, the 10th strand, the 9th strand, the 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The 12th has everything below it. If you only got up to 6, that means 6 has everything below it. But we're reaching high. We're aiming high for the Christ level. Christ is returning as promised, baby. What's up? But just not from what religion calls Christ. We call it Christos. Even in Greek language, the word Christ is pronounced Christos. It's not a distortion. That is many religions, actually, cultures have in their language, Christ is spelled a different way, pronounced a different way. In English, it's Christ. In the Guardian teachings, it's Christos. And Christos is a level, it's the 12th dimensional level, and all these levels are Merkaba stars, okay, which is the one below your feet, the pure white star, the pure white Merkaba star. This is why we say, I am Christ star. I am Christ star. Do you practice affirmations? I am Christ star. Okay, say that daily to yourself. It's one of the many ways. One of the many ways. Why not stack a bunch of ways to bring in yourselves? Bring in your higher consciousness, baby. What's up? That is a strategy of your spiritual ascension and ascension symptoms, is to bring in more and more of your higher self. To spend more time reflecting on the inner Christos information, the law of one information. Know it, understand it, articulate it to other people. Maybe that's even part of your mission, Holy One, part of your ascension symptoms, to learn to teach, learn to converse in unity, learn to converse in Christ consciousness. Know what Christ is versus the religion's Christ. Know what Christos is. And realize that within yourself. Machiwa, Holy One. So that was a couple of ascension symptoms. And another one would be the strange feeling. That is a persistent feeling that we have throughout the process of awakening. Okay? Thinking that strange feeling. One that doesn't go away until we hit the critical mass that flips our eyes open for good. You understand that? Because it's like a itchy bugging, it's bugging you until there's a confirmation, and it's not a hope. Okay, it's not faith. It's a knowing. And that time will come. Once again, it's not fast food. Have patience, Holy Ones. Machiwa. I got to keep checking chat because I know we have a spammer. Has he showed up, you guys? I don't see the spammer yet. Good. You said it, Celine. Practicing self-mastery daily. There's the key word right there. Self. In these teachings, you learn that everything you need is within. Okay? It's called the inner Christos. Notice the word inner. The self. Not someone else. Okay? Not some archangel. Not some King of Kings or Lord of Lords or Messiah, Savior, or not some Archangel Michael, not some Galactic Federation. We find our spiritual mastery within. Maybe you think you're not so great. Maybe you don't even love yourself. That's a distortion, Holy One, because in reality, you are a Christos avatar. 12th dimensional avatar. You are a solar Rishi, 13th, 14th, or 15th dimensional collective. You are an ascended master. We all are. And you know the context of creation? You understand what the time matrix is? The 15 dimensional time matrix? Well, you came into it. What came into the time matrix was an ascended master identity level. That's what you are. We're all ascended masters that fed our consciousness, projected our consciousness into the time matrix at the first level, the highest level. And then it's kind of like a prism. A prism, the light goes in and then sits, you would say, I'm trying to use the right word, fragments itself into different light spectra, color. That's what the Ascended Master does. It comes in and fragments itself at different levels of itself. But it's all one self. We're a collective. We're a people. We're a tribe, each and every one of you. But earthlings don't remember. They're being blocked from their memory intentionally. But some of us are starseeds, indigos, who are bringing some of that memory in when we incarnate into the fetus of our mother and grow up to be a toddler and awaken into who we really are. That's what we want to do. That's what we need to do. Unfortunately, there's still sleeping indigos. Wake up, indigo! So, this is a journey, you guys. Machiwa. Project Zero. What's up, Holy Ones? Ruth Ramirez. Yes, we're fractals. But the beautiful thing is that we bring our fractals in. More fractals, more parts, more fragments. That's what Ascension is, like I explained earlier. Your soul will be retrieving your 12 levels in this time, in the density 1. Your soul is density 2. That's dimensions 4, 5, and 6. Humans are dimensions 1, 2, and 3 universe. It's in trinities. It's, the number 3, 3, 3, triple trinities. There's trinities in Creator. So we find that in density 1, we're trying to bring in our soul level. We're trying to bring our soul fractals. We're trying to bring in our oversoul fractals. And in this system, we're bringing in our Christ star fractals, our Christos ray. Bringing it in. This is your spiritual mastery. This is your inner Christos journey, Holy Ones. You don't need any middleman to God. You are God. You are sovereign. You are free. The religious people don't like that. Yes, I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. Say it with me, star brothers and sisters. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. And that's not coming from a space of ego. That's coming from a space of realization. When you realize you're part of Creator, that's a celebration. That's a joy. But religious people will say, no, that's a blasphemy. That's a sin against God. Transmute. You're not following that 2,000-year-old book. Sorry, transmute. We're moving into our inner Christ, our inner God spark. All of us have an inner God spark. This is why we learn the 15-dimensional time matrix physics. We learn how it's all intertwined, interconnected. It's all part of the one. God projected, you see, this is a literal living conscious system. God couldn't fit itself in here, So it fragmented itself in pieces. This is why a Christ avatar or, some high-level collective couldn't just come in. It would blow the place up. This is why it's in pieces. And this is why when you leave, you're bringing your pieces back and then you leave. A Christos avatar comes in, fractalizes itself. That's not a word, but, and then Ascension is you as one of those fractals coming back in, bringing it back yourself, returning yourself. We're not gaining something, we're reclaiming something. Machiwa. Another, here would be like the fourth one. The magnetic pull towards the spiritual. You, Holy One, are being pulled to spiritual ideas, spiritual topics, a spiritual diet, having spiritual relationships. You're being pulled to the spiritual. You find yourself becoming spiritually curious, wanting, maybe even craving to learn more about spirituality in a very broad sense, and not necessarily in the way that's tied to any one religion in particular. That's what most people realize. There's not all these different, there is all these different opinions of God when you got 4,000 plus religions. Why? Well, there's a reason why. Okay, remember, this is a spiritual war. Now, if the truth, the original truth, is now broken down into a bunch of variations, a bunch of different opinions, you guys, I say this with love. God is not an opinion. There isn't different variations of God. There's only one creator God. But notice you have all these different pagan religions. It doesn't have to be pagan. Even Yahweh is a false god. It's a monotheistic god. Yahweh, Brahma, these are not gods. These are ETs. There's only one creator. There's a whole bunch of ETs claiming to be gods. You got Viking gods, Egyptian gods, Hindu gods, Roman gods, Greek gods, Japanese gods, whatever gods. They're not gods. They're ETs. Call them for what they are. The Egyptian ETs. Godlets. Because people distort what God is. God is all. Is Yahweh, Jehovah God, all everything? It's saying it's the creator, but it's a fifth dimensional. Actually, it's an 11th dimensional conscious collective. That's what Yahweh is. I actually made a video about Yahweh today. It's blowing up. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be, I'm not saying it's viral. I just mean it, compared to some of my other videos, it's already active from 24 hours ago. So, but you start to become curious about the spiritual, and it draws you, just like something drew you here to this spiritual conversation. Maybe before, because I can speak for myself, you guys. And as we talk about these different ascension symptoms, please write them in the comments, the ones that you have experienced. Share with the rest of your brothers and sisters. In my journey, I wasn't into spiritual stuff. I used to mock it. Okay, I got all involved in something called neotech. Raise your hand if you learned about neotech in the 90s. That was all about, that was completely against religion. I mean, I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say the God or spirituality. It was all about the physical, what is physical, and using those concepts to empower yourself. And there's nothing wrong with trying to empower yourself, personal development, self-improvement kind of stuff. What I'm saying is it took your whole outlook on creation and existence and perverted it, twisted it. Okay, so I used to mock spiritual concepts. Now I'm teaching them. I did a 360 in my life. What about your life, holy ones? And then also, when I did finally start to shift towards the spiritual, because I was raised as a Christian, I got involved with a bunch of false spiritual teachings. And it wasn't until I got into the inner Christos information that I exposed all the stuff I was doing and transmuted that. Started a whole new, got out of the occult, got out of I wasn't into black magic. I was just reading. I have a ton of books about magic. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that there's distorted concepts in there. And quite frankly, once again, this is a spiritual war. And you're going to be taught false creeds in magic books, in New Age books. Remember, 7 chakra? BS. There's 15 chakra. Okay? You don't want half truths, do you? Raise your hand if you only want some of the truth. Do you? No. You want all the truth, not a portion. You don't want false truths or doctrines or teachings or reverse mechanics like some of these New Age systems are teaching. People have no way to decipher what is good and bad. No discernment at all. They're just swallowing all of these freaking dark false creeds. And so we talk about those false creeds. Let me show a diagram real quick on Photoshop. Give me a second here. Thanks for your patience. Because this is the false creeds that we're learning in most religions. Almost all religions, you guys. And some New Age. Okay? We're being taught that God is all about fear, guilt, judgment. Now, we're going to have fear, guilt, and judgment in our life, in our energies, in our consciousness. It's about elitists, priest class, bishops, popes. It's about elitists. It's a patriarchal creed. That means it's sexist and devalues women, puts down the women. All patriarchies put down women. Almost all religions are patriarchal. They devalue women. They put down humans. They think because we're sinful and we're guilty because of what this woman did, I guess. Subservient. Automatically being lowly, being like a slave, getting on your knees, getting on your face. People do that. Some religions go all the way down to their entire body flat on the ground in the subservience. This God Yahweh is all about sacrifice. It sacrificed its own son. It's telling Moses to sacrifice his son. It's about blood sacrifices, man. Pretty dark stuff. You're also murdering animals, sacrificing animals, putting their blood on your house. Pretty despicable, twisted, bizarre things. And also about surrogate gods, about blind worshiping, about exploiting plants and animals. Okay, we're eating animals. All this stuff, man. These are the Dark Templar, anti-Christic, against the Christos creeds. False creeds, according to the Emerald Order. This is not your creed, Starseed, Indigo children, angelic humans. This is not your creeds. You're not ascending. Hear it again. If these are your creeds, you are not ascending. Oh, billions? Yes. Billions? I said yes. Billions of humans are following these creeds. Starseed Indigo, these are not your creeds. These are your creeds. Okay? These are your creeds. It's not an opinion. God's not an opinion. There's only, in reality, one creator, not a bunch of gods. There's only one God. You're part of that. And this is God's creeds. This is the innerchristos law of one creeds. The sacred spiritual science teachings of the Maharata. The word is a Lyran word. Maharata is an alien, guardian, ET word, which means inner Christ, inner Christos. These are your creeds, holy ones, but you've been trained to follow these creeds. And if you want to check anyone, anything, any religion, any relationship, anything, see if it falls into these creeds or see if it's based on these creeds. And maybe it's a mixture between these creeds and these creeds. Maybe it's some of this and some of that, some of this or some of that. So, you want to go through Ascension symptoms? You want to experience a genuine spiritual awakening? Then you follow. It's not about, it's resonating with. You resonate with these truth creeds. It's not an opinion. This is a universal thing. The sacred universal law of one is not limited to the earth experience. It's galactic, it's universal, it's cosmic, baby. What's up? God is not an opinion. But you see, there's a whole bunch of opinions on planet Earth. We have over 4,000 religions and spiritual beliefs. Spiritual opinions, bunch of opinions. That's a whole bunch of different distortions and ideas. When God is immutable, doesn't change its characteristics, those ones that we saw. God is always developing itself, always expanding every microsecond, nanosecond, right? But it's not changing. It's based on omnichristos love. It's unconditional love. You don't, and you have free will here. You don't have free will. You don't have unconditional love in religion. So part of your awakening is awakening to that truth. And you'll feel it, you guys. You will start to feel all of that dark, twisted teachings that you learned. I learned when I was a Christian. Okay, when I was a little boy, I had no choice. My parents made me go. And I was in that church. And the same church had a private elementary school. So not only did I go to church 3 times a week, every Monday through Friday, I was also going to the church elementary school. I was hardcore into Christianity. So I can relate to Christians. I have a still Christian family. So I definitely have it around. But I pulled myself out of it, out of the false creeds, and embraced the true creeds that you just saw right now. And that you can naturally, organically experience and realize on your own. You don't need a book, okay? You don't need anything. If you are going into unity consciousness, loving everything, you will do it naturally. If all of the indigos were gone, all the starseeds were gone, there's always a chance for any being to find this within itself, in its own experiences, in its own thinking. This is why there's such a huge problem when religion is trying to put something between you and God. You don't need it. You don't need nothing. It's all inside. You're part of the unified field. Now, someone who's learning these teachings will have a little bit of a benefit, advantage, because you understand the context of all that. You understand the advanced techniques. Okay? You can accelerate a lot faster than someone who's not learning this knowledge. Right? And we need to learn this knowledge within one life, within this incarnation. You're not guaranteed. How do you know? How do you know if you're going to incarnate again, after you die? Do you know if you're going to sin when you die? Right now. If you died, do you know if you're going to sin or not? Are you relying on the fact that, hey, I'm just going to become alive again. I'm going to reincarnate again. I'll just wait to my next incarnation, right? If this is the end, not the end, but out of 26,556 year period, this is what we learned, that this is a time cycle of planet Earth. It's a 26,000 year period. And see the spectrum? Right now, we're like right here at the end of it. Getting close to the end. It's still a few thousand years though, to the end. If it even makes it to the end, right? But this is why. How do you know if you're going to reincarnate again? What if this is your 12th incarnation? Remember, your soul projects 12 pieces. You might be the 12th one. How do you know? So you want to do it in this lifetime. We're being told you want to use bioregenesis techniques so that you can reverse the mutation in the DNA so that you can go through your spiritual ascension. It's all affected and done through your chakra and through your Merkaba field and your plasma body. You're learning how to do these things, you guys. This is the most advanced teaching on the planet. And it's not just limited to the Voyagers books. There's hundreds of workshops that you can watch and learn from our main teacher. Her name is Ashiana Dean. Okay? There's workshops all the way from 1998. That was her first workshop. 1998. It was actually before the Voyagers books. She was already teaching about the time matrix, about Ascension, about your awakening process, about the fallen angels. This is what the Guardian teachings are about. Bless you, all of you who are here and learning this about yourself. Robin Kirk, we're so happy to have you, Holy One. Okay, so what's going on there, little alien? And hello, by the way. Hello, little alien. Oh, is this Eliza Spark talking about these tonight? Oh, you're talking to Zoto. Now I see you're talking to Zoto, but anyways, let's be kind to each other, you guys. Especially someone using the name Eliza. You would think you would be able to refrain from any negative speech against someone else. I didn't read all of the deleted comments, but let's just try to get along, okay? What is biotechnique? There is a system in these teachings called Kathara, and Kathara is the spiritual science of it, but it's going to teach you the basics of Ascension. At the end of it, it gets into the Merkaba, but you want to finish learning the Merkaba in Kathara too and beyond. So it's called the Bio-Spiritual Healing System, Kathara. And there's a video workshop series. It's 21 hours long. Most people have made it in 3-hour chunks. I mean, they have uploaded it. So I do it in 1-hour chunks on my members area. But you guys can do the 21-hour workshop. And there's also an accompanying PDF that goes with it. The Kathara PDF and the Kathara video series workshop. But that's just a piece of it, man. There's so much more teachings that go beyond that. That's like early 2000s. The Kathara. There's much more advanced concepts. If you're ready for it, if you develop yourself for it, you will get there. And so this is what it's, you're going to be guiding yourself, working your way progressively. Okay, you're going to first learn about the time matrix. You're going to learn about the Partakai units because you need that to understand the context of healing. Okay, the context of ascension. You're not going to be able to understand the ascension. Did you hear what I said? You're not going to be able to completely understand God, understand what angels are, understand what extraterrestrials are, understand what ascension is without the context of the time matrix. We learn about what is the time matrix, the dimensionalized frequencies. We learn about the sub-frequencies, because every frequency has sub-frequencies. That's where the number 12 comes in, 12 times 12. That's why you have 12 fragments here, to collect 12 sub-frequencies, so you get the full frequency. You can translate that to strands of DNA. You're getting sub-strands of DNA in every incarnation. We don't have time for that anymore. Now we're doing it all in this lifetime with biospiritual healing. It's called Kathara. K-A-T-H-A-R-A. Machiwa. Our Monster Quinn's getting lit. Go for it, Star Sister. Glad to have you here. Looks like your icon changed. I just remember it being looking different, so I can't see my old man eyes. All right, HV's practicing Maharic Seal. This is like a rundown of the Maharic Seal. I use the mentor technique first, and it's suggested in the Kathara that you do the mentor technique first. The mentor technique. Take your fingers and rub around your navel. Now across that way, in your body, in the middle of your body, is your pranic tube. That's why all the main chakras are aligned in the middle, because there's a pranic tube going all the way up. So behind the navel of the pranic tube is a blue flame. See the blue flame behind your navel. You see a blue flame? Like a gas pilot light. A fire, a flame, but blue. A blue flame. Not off blue, not a light blue, not a dark blue. No, simply blue. See a blue flame behind your navel. Now you're going to notice a tiny little pin light, a circular pin light of white light. You'll start to see it get bigger and bigger and bigger. Now you find yourself inside this white light, inside a white sphere. The mentor. So you're inside. Maybe your body's all white. You're inside a white vehicle of some sort. Vehicle as in Merkaba vehicle, but not. We're talking about a spherical vehicle. So you saw the sphere, but you realize you are the sphere. You're not looking at the blue flame now. You're looking at the sphere and experiencing the sphere. Now go back to the blue flame. See it behind your navel. Pull up the white sphere. Pull it up. You inhales, push out. No, I said it backwards. Exhales, push out. Inhales, pull in. So pulling up the white sphere all the way up to the third eye in the middle of your forehead. Now you're seeing the sphere that you were in. Now you're seeing it come up to your third eye. Sit there for a while and keep on seeing the white sphere. Now see the white sphere go above your left shoulder. Now this little white sphere, little whatever, this size, golf ball size sphere is above your shoulder. Now after it gets to the shoulder, your right side, on the camera it might be the opposite, but it's your right side, goes up. Above your head a little bit, above the shoulder. Now see this white sphere grow into the size of a basketball. So you had the blue flame in the navel, you saw the pin light, you saw the light grow, and now you're in the light. You see yourself in the light. Now you're pulling it up to the third eye. Now it's shifted up to the side and up. Now it's bigger. Now do the Maharic Seal. Now shift your focus to the, see a 6-pointed star. That's pure white. 6-pointed white star. Okay? After visualizing it for a while, now it's going to move to the side, to the left side. You got the white sphere here and the white star here. Now see a dark silver star. You can call it a dark gray star. Okay? A 6-pointed gray star. I go really into it. I see it as a Merkaba field, a star tetrahedron, and they're spinning in their different directions and different speeds. So, but you start off beginners, you see it 2-dimensional. Now, after you see that for a little while, now you take the white one and the dark silver, dark gray one and put them together. White plus dark silver makes, it's called pale silver. It's the color of liquid mercury. It's the color of liquid metal. Can you visualize chrome liquid metal? Well, the star is now, this 6-pointed star is now liquid metal. It's not metal, but it's liquid mercury color. So pale silver star. But just remember that star is actually made of pure white and dark silver. Remember, pure white is the 12th dimension, the Christ consciousness. And the 11th dimension is still an avatar level, but you're taking those 2 levels and mixing them together. The Christ star is below your feet. The other one is above your head. You're sandwiched in between them, and you're bringing it together in this symbol. Now you're going to see this symbol, send it down with exhale. And we don't use mouths open. Who does that? Some people do. Everything's done through the nostrils, pretty much. Now you're going to shoot it down, and it goes all the way down. See it going all the way down. This double star made as one star, a liquid mercury color star going all the way down to the planet. You see it travel down your body, down through the earth, the ground, the earth, going into the mantle, into the core, shooting down into the core. Now this star is present in the middle of Earth. Now you see it turn into a sphere. Now it's a chrome sphere. Brilliant sphere. Now you see out of the sphere come this disc-shaped object. Small at first, but then it grows and grows and grows. It takes over your whole room, your whole house, the whole sky, the whole planet. And now see the planet, it's a round planet. You see the round planet, and in the middle of it is this disc-shaped object that just grew huge, right? Now it's in the middle of the earth, and it's spinning around. See it in your mind's eye of this shape. Now shift your vision back to the chrome sphere. It's got an attachment like a rope, a cord. It's going to shoot up from the middle of the earth back to where you are, back up through the core, back up through the mantle, through the dirt, through the ground, through the earth, right below your feet, where you're 6 inches below your feet. It's got something called crystal seals. All chakras can be opened through the crystal seals. Have the disc look like it's closed. Now make it, see it open. It's wide open. Now for that to go through it, you just opened it up. Now you're pulling in the ball. See it pulled up. You're using inhales, exhales at right times. Inhale it up. Go. You see it go travel through your body with this attached cord all the way down to the earth. It takes time to visualize it, but you'll get it. And then it goes all the way up past your head to the 14th chakra, which is 3 feet above your head. Okay, that chrome-colored sphere is now over the 14th light gold sphere. And then you're going to pull it back down. Now it's coming back down to 12 inches below your feet. 6 inches below your feet is the 12th chakra, but 12 inches below your feet is what's called the Mahar shield. You have 5 shields in your body. This is the most powerful one, the highest level one. This is why these teachings at the beginning teach you to do the Mahar shield, because it's a seal and it's a shield. So you can say one or the other. So you're not done though. this ball now turns into a disc below your feet, right at 12 inches below your feet. And now you see this current coming from the earth, going all the way up the cord, up through the shield, and up through your body, creating a pillar of pale liquid light, pale silver light, liquid mercury colored light. Now it's a pillar that has a top point kind of like that. So it's a point kind of like it comes to like a pencil. You see a pencil? It's like this, like a pillar, but it goes to a point. It's the same thing with the Maharic shield. It's straight up. It could go out 8 feet or more. A big pillar around your body from this giant shield under your feet, 12 inches below your feet. And all this energy and frequency is coming up from the shield of the planet that you visualize. Remember, it was a whole disc around the planet. You're connected to that. You brought it up to here. Your shield is now in place. But the last step is to inhale an ember, a piece of this frequency, all the way up from it's what goes up all the way up that cord, all the way up through the pillar, all the way up to your chest. And this is where you see the Cathara grid. All spheres are in the liquid light color. It's like a cleansing effect. That's your Maharic seal. You can learn that in steps in this book, but you can also learn it, you want to learn it in the Cathara workshop. Peace. Okay, some of the other symptoms are the bizarre interest and seemingly unrelated curiosities that you will start to have. Remember, we're talking about some of the symptoms you can have, Ascension symptoms. Are you curious about things that seem out there or strange? Because my Christian family are not. Bless them, I love them, but I'm saying you're the weird, you think you may be the weird one or the strange one because you're into weird stuff like this. Perhaps you're into ghosts, aliens, the mysteries behind the pyramids, UFOs, and conspiracy theories about the moon. Maybe you have taken a random liking to quantum physics. You guys see some of the videos I'm making? String theory and black holes. Perhaps you're into angels, spirit guides, astrology, psychics, and tarot. Some of those are what you call pitfalls. You don't want to get yourself into some of those practices. But this is what I mean is you're going to start being interested in those weird things. It sounds silly, but it's true, you guys. Remember, I've even made comments that you're probably into science fiction. You're into Star Wars, Star Trek, space. You want to know how things work. Your mind is like this in these bizarre topics. What other people make fun of. Other people will troll my channel because they don't see these curiosities or stranger things. Who's into stranger things, right? So they don't resonate with that. Most people aren't into those things. They're not going to, definitely, if anything, they'll consider them just entertainment and not something that they will be seriously believing in. Write it in the comments if this is one of the symptoms you're experiencing. Oh yeah, we're all newcomers. I mean, when it comes to this, like, we've forgotten ourselves, we've forgotten these teachings, so we're all learning. And so we all have patience with each other, and we don't think of ourselves as better than someone else. This is the attitude of a guardian angelic. Okay, we're loving to all people, we're patient with all people, but we do have rules in the chat for a reason, so. Sisters, soul sisters of the violet flame. What about your soul brothers? Machiwa. Kathleen. Zoto Zen. Yeah, it's a progressive thing. And the important thing is to love yourself, to be patient with yourself, and know that we can fall down, we can make mistakes or misjudgments or whatever. We could like go back to our old ways that haven't been completely purged, transmuted yet. There might be some leftover remnants of judgment in there, of jealousy, of hate. Some type of negativity stirs in you. We're not perfect, you guys. We're going to have distortions. And we acknowledge those within ourselves, but we also don't beat yourself up. Just know that 2/3 of our consciousness is reversed here. All beings deal with that. You can't just ignore that. We can, I'm not saying circumvent it, but we can improve that by these teachings and learning all of our energy systems and knowing how to empower ourselves with it and put up these blocks, these seals. Okay, there is techniques for a reason. These techniques acknowledge that we're in spiritual war, and a lot of them are simply for protection and for evolving into your higher consciousness, how to draw in your 4th, 5th, 6th, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different levels of consciousness. When most people are stuck in double helix consciousness, what we call the 3D consciousness, they're not even interested in going beyond. Billions of people are just satisfied with an angry God, judgmental God, and they accept punishment and torture and sacrifice and death. It's normal. But anyways, we have all those movies and video games and conditioning of violence and destruction and sacrifice and arrogance. And man, you know, I find myself, if I start watching a movie on Netflix or something, I find myself leaving a lot of the movies. I'm like, dude, I don't even want to see this energy. I don't want to feel this energy. Like I was studying, that's what I call it, studying, like learning from The Boys. But then it just started getting so disgusting that this is not, I don't even want to have this in my hologram. And so, because they were blowing people up, and the scene that just did it for me is they have this guy who can clone himself, and then he was eating the ass of one of his clones, and then another clone was eating his ass, and another clone was eating that person's ass. Okay, that's enough. Thank you anyways. Goodbye. Shit. See, you will have to learn how to divorce people, break up with certain relationships, friendships, put boundaries, change your diet, change your disgusting diet, change your disgusting lifestyle, your disgusting profanities, your distortions and perversions. It's not about guilt or sin. It's about frequency. It's about high vibrations. That's what it's about. Machiwa. I'm hearing weird noises outside. So another thing, a symptom that you could be experiencing. Seeking power outside, seeking some force or energy outside, what we're most used to. As you move through the awakening process, you might experience moments or a large period of time in which you're searching for someone outside yourself, to the ultimate guide in your journey, a teacher, a guru, a sage, a saint, etc., to essentially, help you in your awakening. Now, this is naturally what you're going to be doing, you guys. But yet, this is where you have to be careful. Because, yes, there are higher forces, higher powers, but we talk about those within your own self. You will have, in yourself, you could have what you call spirit guides. In yourself, you have angels. In yourself, remember, we live in reincarnation. In different, but the distortion, see, once again, that's another concept that's distorted in New Age. It's not you were alive then you died, and then you became someone else. It doesn't work that way. First of all, there is no space-time. There is no such thing as past or future. There's only the now. And it's a simultaneous now. So what you called before your past lives or your future lives are simultaneous lives happening in their own frequency vibration. This is a dimensionalized creation, you guys. Dimensionalized. There's different frequencies of reality. And if this frequency of reality or this type of frequency being can see this frequency being, but this frequency being doesn't have that frequency, so it can't see it. Does that make sense? Right? This is why some of you awakening in your ascension symptoms can start to perceive otherworldly beings and locations, places, because you have those activated while most humans do not. Most humans are not going above the 3 strands. Some of them only have 2.5 strands. I've heard Ashana, our teacher, say that herself, that most humans are between 2.5 to only 3.5, when you actually need 4.5 or 5.0 to make it to inner earth or Tara, 5D. So it's a scientific thing. It's spiritual scientific thing. It's kind of like your chakra development is your key. And if you don't have that development, you don't have the key to open the door to the 5th dimension. It's not getting grace or something. It's about you literally having the DNA activated to go to the next level. That's what is the spiritual ascension, you guys. We're trying to get to the next level, which is 4th dimension or higher. And so, but what this ascension symptom is about is that you're starting to feel that. You're a newcomer, you're a beginner. You don't know better a lot of the pitfalls, but you're wanting to think of higher things. Higher beings. There must be something to angels and archangels. There must be some type of spirit guides or more evolved ascended beings. And that is what this is about. You're opening yourself up to sensing that. There's more out there. There's greater out there. Just realize that out there is actually in here. Okay? This is what one of the points of meditation. Look at this. You're not looking out here. This forces you to go inside. Inside of what? Inside your consciousness, inside your thoughts, inside your visions. What are you seeing when you close your eyes? What do you see in your imagination, visualization, and just ordinary thinking? You know, thinking isn't just words in your head. Thinking is pictures in your head and words in your head and feelings and emotions. This is the experience of truly what you're not just limited to just voices, right? So you're seeing, hearing, feeling things. And so we want to see, hear, and feel higher realities. That's what this is. We're sensing and seeing. We start to perceive. This is why it's called extrasensory perception. You want to start to connect to, and maybe your idea is to learn from some of these guides, angels, or enlightened beings. But what you want to focus on from this point of view is look inside for those things. Look inside for a spirit guide. Look inside for your angel, your archangel, your avatar, your ascended master. Because you know what's going on in the New Age? It's called New Age channeling movement. Instead of going inside, these beings are doing everything but that. They're using tarot cards out here. Excuse me. Astrology out here. The stars, your birth chart, some archangel, okay, some saint Saint Germain, some Lord Maitreya, Lord Jesus, Lord Yahweh, Lord Brahma. You have to be very careful with anything calling itself Lord. Okay? That's a word, Lord. It's a word to put you in subservience. Now you're in a vampiric relationship. Okay? When someone's ruling you, you're subservient to that ruler. You're subservient to the King of Kings. You're subservient to a Lord of Lords. You're subservient when the sacred universal law says, no, you're not. You're all equal parts of and faces of God. It is God within the unified field. You're in the unified field. You can't be outside the unified field. You're in the Creator. You're in the Creator who created you. You are never separate from that. God never has let. Give it a second. It's already connected. So you're going to learn how it's all literally interconnected and interreliant on the other parts. It's all part of a bigger, the full, complete creation, right? The hologram is just a piece of it, but there's actually higher, greater God worlds. So, Machiwa. Thank you guys for being with us here today as we talk about, there's 150 people tonight. That's awesome. That's a high one. Thank you. Bless all of you who are part of this. And you're here for a reason. Your angel, your higher self, your avatar brought you to this information. And it's not my information. It's your information. It's all of our information. It's not about one person. It's not about me. It's not about Ashana. It's not about you. It's about everybody. Okay? And so we're bringing that within our identities. Okay? And you can say we're bringing these higher dimensionalized frequencies. This is why we're called the Wayshorers and Trailblazers, Indigo Children, Starseeds. Kind of like walking and talking beacons of this code, the Christ consciousness. Because most people don't know what is Christ consciousness. It's been distorted, just like God has been distorted, just like angels have been distorted. I mean, come on, all these angels, archangel, there's billions of planets of angels, billions of different species of angels. They're called the guardian angelic nations. And it says in Voyagers that there's 25 billion planets that are part of the Interdimensional Association of Free Worlds, part of the Guardian Alliance. There is organization amongst the advanced races. They organize within these kind of like, it's an alignment of what they represent. And the dark beings are also going to be doing their own alignments, and they're going to have their own federations. You know, you've heard of the Galactic Fed. And so the Guardians are something, they call it themselves. I'm not making this up. It's listed like 25 times in this book. Guardian Angelic Nations. It's an official term. And I got laughed at when I said Interdimensional Association of Free Worlds. Of course, that was a bunch of trolls. I was heavily attacked on Instagram for a while until I found out how to counter it. Just like we found out how to counter this person that was spamming us. So, yeah, you guys, these teachings are going to answer most of your most profound questions. I answered all of my profound questions. And when we talk about ascension symptoms, man, I've been through all of them. I mean, most of them. I've felt all these changes, and you feel yourself becoming more and more understanding the advanced stuff. Like before, when I started reading Cathara, I couldn't get it. I didn't understand it. I'm like, it took me a few reads, a lot of reads, a lot of note taking, and like Celine did, she was doing something really creative. She would draw the diagrams in her own handwriting. You know, it really literally connects you to the information when you're putting yourself there in it. You're exploring the information in any way you can understand it. Okay, so Machiwa. King Leo, I am one of them, brother. What's up? I'm a Lyran. Well, Alicia Spark, it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. So you can't say it's just us saying about them. They say it about us. Terahertz people will say, because of the split, that we have the wrong information. And there's other people like me who say, no, there's a distortion there. There's a distortion in how Ashiana did it. Okay? When you take the speaker 1 and remove speaker 3. Okay, yeah, there's distortions in speaker 2. But she got rid of speaker 3. And she deserted Kelantic... it's called Azurite Press. She deserted Azurite Press. Just left everybody. You know, there wasn't just speaker 1 or speaker 2 and 3 in the office. There was other employees that Ashiana treated in a very negative way who were loyal people to the end, man. She left everybody and married some guy from the Netherlands, a millionaire, and started a new company, a new corporation, and started changed the name to the teachings, and also changed the and started saying all the old teachings were bad. Okay, so you choose and we choose. You don't have to sit here and talk about this. Okay, we've been over it and we've talked about it. I love Ashiana. We love Ashiana. We don't agree with Terahertz teachings. Maybe not everyone can say that. Maybe some people like both of the teachings. Let people choose, and they're choosing. There is no bad feelings from my side or most people's side. We're standing in our Christ consciousness and unity consciousness. Some people have said that Michael Dean is no longer with us, that he's passed. What if Ashiana passes too? Okay, we still stand. We don't need certain things to learn to resonate with the Christos. We can learn it on our own. Like I mentioned earlier. But anyways, we're learning the Ascension teachings from Kathara 1, 2, 3, and 4, and also from Sliders 1 through 11. This is our choice. This is our choice, and we've always made it transparent here. If you want to go to Ashiana's website and start learning her teachings, go ahead. Bless you. There's no judgment on our side. We can be friends. We can get along. We can love each other, and that's exactly what Christos Avatar Group are doing. We're loving each other, and we're not judging each other, and we're allowing people to make their choice. You make your choice. You've made your choice. I've made my choice. So don't sit here and try to convince other people to make their choice. They will make their own choice. Bless you and your path. And everyone's path, baby. What's up? Yeah, there's all kinds of distortions here. So let me see some of the other symptoms, you guys. This will be number 7. Loneliness. Who has experienced loneliness? Raise your hand. Anybody? Reclusiveness. As you move deeper into the process of awakening, it's common to feel lonely and misunderstood, or as if you're different. This is especially true if you're one of the first in your immediate circle of friends. or family to have a spiritual awakening. Because isn't that right? You feel all bad, especially when a lot of us become vegans, right? They treat you bad. They make you feel, they look at you like what's wrong with you? Why aren't you eating? Or what's wrong with this food? Nothing's wrong with, they will literally argue and put you down. Haven't you had that experience? Anybody? People you care about, you're no longer in alignment, right? They're still clinging to the old paradigm, which is reliant on some spiritual entity to bring them their salvation or spiritual mastery. And they think you're now getting involved in satanic stuff, Luciferian stuff. This is literally how they act and trigger. Okay, so you're gonna feel lonely. You're gonna feel reclusive, or you'll end up being reclusive. You'll end up being alone because you no longer, man. When you truly understand, you do not want the majority of your time spent in those vibrations, in those old frequencies. You don't want it rubbing off on you. You don't want it in your fields. You don't want to hear those words. You don't want to hear those anger, all those other people still stuck in those old freaking consciousness. This is why you're going to find yourself feeling alone. Hey, bless you if you're living with your soulmate or twin flame. Not all of us have done that, including myself. Where is she? Where are you, twin flame? Right? And I've heard Ashana say herself that you don't always meet your twin flame in every lifetime. You don't always meet your soulmate. Sometimes you are alone. Remember, a lot of these are in other time vectors. You can't be always in the same time vector. Because literally, remember, 12 of you each need to get your substrand. Those are done in different time vectors. That's what maybe some people don't understand. You're not in the same space always as your twin flame or soulmate. As you move deeper into the process of awakening, unless I already read this part, you feel lonely and misunderstood, or as if you're different. This is especially true if one of the first in your immediate circle of friends or family, if you're the first one. I think I already said that part. Sorry, guys. While it's tempting to want to wake up others along with you, awakening isn't something we can initiate for someone else. Each of us must choose the path on our own. In addition to feeling lonely, it is also common to desire distance from others. Boundaries, right? To retreat and long for more isolation and alone time. Sometimes you want the alone time. While this doesn't feel as strange for introverts, the desire for reclusiveness can feel very strange for those who are typically extroverted. I was both, because when I was in Ukraine and doing my thing, modeling and all that, and dating girls and all this stuff, I was very extroverted. But there was times I needed my alone time. Even if I'm married, if I ever become married, I still need my alone time. Literally, I need to be alone. I'm kind of like that mage in the tower kind of person. I have no problems being alone. When I was homeless, I was alone. I was in wilderness, alone. There was times I didn't have electricity or lighting, and I was alone in just wild wilderness and animals and stuff around me. Perfectly okay with that. Some of us are introverts and sometimes extroverts. I can be both. I'm one of those people who can be both. There's times I want to be introverted. There's times I want to be extroverted. What's up? This is why I had a big pulling to the nature, by the way. Oh, that's the next sign. You pull towards nature. Raise your hand. It doesn't mean just spiritual people, but this is one of the many signs. You find yourself craving more time in nature. When most of us find us so, busy in society, we don't go outside that grid. You have incentive to go outside the grid sometimes. Go into the unperverted nature. It's called nature. So it's not being messed with by society. You want to return back to nature, replenish yourself every now and then. Listening to the birds chirp in the morning sun, admiring a hummingbird as it magically flights its wings to hover near a blooming flower, watching an earthworm wriggle itself across the damp rain-kissed ground. The sun's rays assist in the awakening process. Have you heard of sun gazing? So it's natural to crave more time outdoors and in nature. Honor this desire as frequently as possible. So you guys, this is natural when you find yourself being drawn to nature. You have a craving for it, a need for it, almost like you sense certain vitamins that you need. You need sunlight, you need bird song, you need animals in nature, trees, rain. You don't need nature to have rain, right? But I'm saying you want to be out in the nature. Why not go hiking? I recommend that you go hiking. It doesn't have to be a really strong, strict, I've been on those. I've been on mountains. The one where I saw a UFO, I was wanting to get to the top of the mountain, and it was literally some parts this declination. It was scary, and I had to stop myself a few times and try to find an easier route. But I eventually found my way up to the top. But yeah, you guys, sometimes we just need to be outside the grid. We need refreshment, to be refreshed, to be rejuvenated. And it's not rejuvenated, it's just, replenished. We need to be replenished and get fresh oxygen, fresh air. How stale is your air in your house? Like I purposely don't, this house doesn't have blinds. Doesn't have screens. I can't just open my windows. So I definitely crave to go outside. Fortunately, there's mountains near me. I can go camping. And why not go camping sometimes, you guys? You can get a tent for less than $100 if you can't afford a nice tent. There's no reason why you can't go out and go get a sleeping bag and get some food for 2 days and go camping. It'll be a lot of fun. You might enjoy it and start doing it regularly. But you up. Nikki B. I've been sun gazing lately when the sun is rising. Love to you all. I'm going back to sleep. Bless you, Nikki B. Thank you for hanging with us. Paddled and whacked. That's obviously a troll username. This is not a very bright criminal. Goodbye, homeboy. Oh, wait. Thank you, Matt Dizem. Became a member. What's up, homely? Thank you, brother. Thank you so much for that. You have access now to the chat if you don't already know that. You get a link in the membership area. You have to scroll down to find it because the stupid system only allows me to pin 2 things. And of course, I had to pin the diagram first. So there was no way to pin the Discord chat link, but you have to go all the way down to find it. But if you can't find it because you didn't scroll, then please let one of us know and we'll give you a link to the Discord chat server. And I just want to say real quickly, you guys, if you like anything you're learning from tonight's live or any of my videos, please consider supporting this work, you guys. Consider donating even $5, $10, $20, whatever you feel called to. Bless you, because that's the only way I can do this full time, only with your support, you guys. Otherwise, I would have to work at one of those 9-to-5 jobs and only make a few videos and only do a few lives and only have a few content. It's because of you I can do this full time. So thank you guys. And also you can do a donation through PayPal. There's a link below. Or you can buy one of my crystals or artworks, which is another way you can support this. Thank you so much. And HV, bless you, HV, Machiwa, sister. Thank you so much. And I know that's not your first time. We have some good regulars here. There's like, I don't know, like almost like 50, 60, 70 regulars usually on our lives. So, but blessings to you, HV. Thank you so much. Let me see. Homie, I bought your diagram a year ago. I only became a member a couple months ago. Been following you for years. Yeah, I still have the old diagram, the 2022 diagram. That's for free for all members. So you'll get that in your membership, brother. But the other one is freaking 5 times more information. So I actually put a price tag on that. That's $15. It's worth $15. It's an excellent study tool for these teachings. It's also an excellent teaching tool. So thank you, brother, for being a member. And some of the other symptoms. The ego questioning, right? You realize you have an ego and you begin to question your ego. You bring awareness to it and get curious about it. It all starts with bringing awareness to something. If you listen to the soul, you will learn what this ego level is. You're absolutely in the process of awakening, if you can convince the ego to examine itself and bring awareness to its shortcomings and misgivings. And you guys, the ego is a big topic in your spiritual journey. Let me show you what the ego is in the diagram that I just mentioned, actually. This monk goddess. Machiwa, sister, I'm assuming girl because you said goddess. And Zoto Zen. Bless you, Zoto Zen. 1111. I love that number. 1111. HV, thank you, sister. You're awesome. Monk Goddess, thank you. Holy One, keep it up. I will. Wait, it's not updating. I guess I gotta push refresh. 1 second as I refresh you guys. Looks like it's refreshed. What? No, wait, let me see. Hey, get off my mouse. Okay. It's not showing Zotos in my viewer activity. That's so weird, but I see it in chat though. Thank you, brother. Machiwa, Monk Goddess. That's a cool name, by the way. Monk. We just talked about isolation. Usually monks are alone, right? So awesome to see all my moderators. You're all here. Oh, Starman, he'll be back with us again. He's with us in spirit. Machiwa Zoto Zen, yeah, baby, what's up? What's up, homie? So the ego, you guys, is yeah, I was going to show you the diagram. I just got the oh wait, it looks like I have it already pulled up, so let me switch to it right now. Okay, so the ego is just one level of this 15-dimensional time matrix, God's hologram of matter, right? And there's it's dimensionalized. That means it's put in different frequency levels. This frequency level is different than this frequency level, and this one than this one, and it keeps on going lower frequency, lower frequency, lower frequency. And you'll find eventually way down at the bottom, or near the very bottom, is the ego. Also the reasoning mind. The third dimension, the third chakra, the yellow ray, which is the solar plexus area. That's below your rib cage. Above your belly button, but below your rib cage is your solar plexus. That's a medical term. You can find where that is easy. And so this is, the ego doesn't see higher levels. Doesn't see, oops, sorry, I wasn't trying to do that. Doesn't acknowledge or take in consideration any of your higher parts. The ego is all about itself. The ego just sees from its point of view, not from the other points of view. So we don't want to do that. You know, we're trying to go beyond this reasoning mind, or at least bring it more in, you would say, of your higher consciousness. And instead of just being on the ego, you have more of an inner knowing. Okay, you're going beyond what the ego is just about the self. Okay, so we're trying to realize those shortcomings. We're trying to realize that there's more to our mind. You see, there's different levels of mind. There's more to us, but the ego doesn't have that. The ego is all about the 3D level. So you're not going to be experiencing other levels of your identity as a soul, as an oversoul. No, it's just about 3D me. Me, myself, and I. No, it's not. You need to expand beyond the me, expand beyond the reasoning mind, expand beyond the ego. That's what this Ascension symptom is. You're seeking to go beyond the ego. You're seeking to go beyond the miscomings and the shortcomings of the ego. Okay? And so that's one of your Ascension symptoms when you start to go into that realization within yourself. And there's another Ascension symptom. You can call it a cute little way, the spidey sense. You start to have a spidey sense. Your intuition heightens. Your inner knowing increases. You also find that you're able to see others' deceit or manipulation more easy. Hello, raise your hand if you start to realize this within yourself. Okay? When you start to open to your higher self, go beyond the ego into your higher dimensionalized, higher consciousness, then you start to see the manipulation. It's kind of like you see the illusions for what they are. Now it can no longer manipulate you, trick you, fool you. You have a spidey sense. Another sense that's part of you. One thing you guys may not realize, with the genetic hybridization on Earth, let me make sure it's on the camera, which is also in here. A lot of fragmentation happened in our consciousness. We're not supposed to have an ego separate level of ourself. We're not even supposed to have a emotional level of ourself. That comes from our falling and splitting and separation from the, once upon a time it was called the Amenti sphere, separate from our soul matrix consciousness. And so that would create, when that was removed, it created these separations in our selves, such as the ego mind, such as the emotional body, all this stuff. We're not supposed to have that, but we have it. Okay? We're actually 5D beings originally, but we became a 3D being, and it's separate different levels of that. We're not supposed to have these departments of consciousness. Okay? They're not cooperating. That's what this is about bringing that cooperation within ourselves, within our parts. And then you'll see beyond the illusions of society, beyond news broadcasts. You'll be, it sounds weird, but you'll be into conspiracy theories because you're not falling for the mainstream news, are you, anymore? Or the political speeches. They start to look like oddly scenes playing out in some sort of movie that you're losing interest in watching. You start to see, some of your old paradigm friends and family will think you're losing touch of reality, but you're actually gaining more of yourself, not losing. Okay? You start to lose interest in the old paradigm. You start to lose interest in the old conversations. And your friends or old friends start to wonder what happened to you. You know, just like the earlier symptom, we talk about maybe you're no longer matching with your partner. And you talk about it, and your partner just doesn't want to go there. Well, hello. You may have to let go. You lose interest in those old type of conversations. You literally don't want to go through those old vibrations. You're beyond it. Been there, done that. I don't need to keep repeating that. We expand, right? So that's what your spidey sense is going into, and people are going to think you're weird. And there's a Ascension symptom we can call the stall out. You know, when someone's stalling. At some point, your awakening process may seem to halt or stall out. It's common to feel as if you'll never get that spiritual buzz or bliss back when this happens. Like, I even received some of your emails about this. Like, hey, I had my awakening back in 5 years ago, 10 years ago, but then I kind of like went away from that. That kind of happened in my life too, you guys, because it was in 2010 when I found the Christos, but then I stalled out. I was going into, like I said, I've talked about it before. I was going to all these UFO conventions, and I just wanted to learn more knowledge. I was going to conventions in Sedona, so I've been to a few of those in both. I was just trying all these different and learning all these, I was buying a bunch of books on spirituality and stuff. I was just simply trying to learn. I wanted to learn and know. But then it just stalled out. And then I went to 3D crap again and experiencing all the old symptoms. So you may experience this type of stall out in your journey, but don't give up. Oftentimes the stall out occurs when we need time to integrate all of the information we've been gathering on a deeper subconscious and even cellular level. It can feel frustrating to be passionately obsessed with the process of spiritual awakening one day and completely numb to it or disconnected from it the next. This is entirely normal. Give yourself the space, compassion, and patience needed to move through this integrative and restorative stage. So you could see the stall out as a positive thing that gives you an opportunity to integrate a lot of these things that are basically new to your old self. But so these are things you need to really embrace and understand and integrate into your new speech, into your new values, into your new relationships. It's not like it's going to automatically be digested right away. There could be a period of this. So put that in the comments too, you guys. If some of you felt like, you were kind of going off of your strong connection, and now you're starting to notice that and want to go back to it. Ratavia. Well, I talked about it before. He asked, what was your life like before you found Ashana? And I just want to say, I didn't find Ashana. I found the Emerald Order. Okay? Bless Ashana for being a scribe, a speaker of the Emerald Order, but it's about the Emerald Order. Okay? Semantics, right? But anyways, I was mostly into just superficial things. I'm not saying that's wrong, you guys, of people wanting money, wanting a big house, I wanted a sexy girlfriend. All that stuff was superficial. I like to go to nightclubs. I love to dance. I love to hang out. I was drinking. I didn't like beer, but I only started drinking sometimes because people in those circumstances were drinking. So I wasn't even smoking. I wasn't in that journey. I wasn't smoking cigarettes either, by the way. I never liked cigarettes. But when I went to Russia, it's no joke, you guys. The guys over there, every time the guys were going to hang out with me, man, they were all into vodka. It's like vodka is like a religion in Ukraine and Russia. And it was almost, it's not in this folder. What? Disconnects, reconnects. What's new, right? What's up? What's up? Okay. Like one of my main friends, his name was Sergey. So me and Sergey did a lot of partying together. Yeah, let me bring this up. This is what my life was. I wasn't into anything spiritual. So we were going to nightclubs and partying, and I would go to the gym. I would go exercise and then go in the day and then go party at night. So yeah, I was just all about hanging out and stuff like that. So, but I was also into Odessa because Odessa was like the main place to be. Like, I've been to other cities in Ukraine, but Odessa was one of the best, man. So yeah, me and Sergey, and I had another friend called, I've had friends come and go when I was in Ukraine. I have to say that. But, oh yeah, my friend Anton. This is Anton. And you know what's really interesting? These guys and girls who were in my life in that time, they learned English, dude, from me. Just by listening to me. I was like shocked. Like, what? No way. Yes way. This girl actually knew English, but everyone else learned English just from hanging out with me, right? But let me see. There's also just American shoots and stuff, but let me see. Like, I was all into business. I was going to, I was all about money and making money. And I'm saying that's wrong, but I was going to all these freaking conventions in Vegas. And this guy was one of my main things, or main suppliers. But that was why I moved to Vegas, because there's a lot of things in Vegas, right? This is some actual family. But I was actually... Oh, let me show you my grandma. My grandma, when she was 100 years... No, 98... Or no, 92. She got older. I mean, she made it all the way to 98. But yeah, I was like more of a model-looking guy, Gucci guy, fitness guy, always in a whole nother level. Here's me and Marilyn Monroe. That's actually when I took my daughter to Disneyland. But anyways, my life was just out here in the hologram. Now, I'm not putting that stuff down. I'm not going to take that stuff back. That was part of my hologram experience. It all led me. Actually, my my experience in Ukraine was what shifted me. It was when I was in Ukraine where I started to go into the spiritual lifestyle, and then finally left Ukraine, came back to America, started shifting my life around. I was living in Arizona, but then moved to Vegas. All kinds of shifts happened after 2010, going to Ashana's thing. Because that all happened within a year or 2 years. My whole life changed, man. And it doesn't stop changing. Now here it is 2024, and now I'm still like changing, upgrading, shifting. Thank you, Sarah. It's a little bit different, but if I ever wanted to work out again, I know how. It's in my brain. It's not something you forget. Yeah, and alcohol just it dulls you. It dulls you to a point where you're not there, and then you act stupid sometimes. I remember I was one time at a party, and I found myself on the roof howling at the moon, and so many people were concerned and get down, And I was driving a motorcycle that night. They made me stay, of course, but yeah, alcohol is not the way to go in a spiritual journey, you guys. So yeah, I look like a cartel henchman. Yeah, that was another thing. I always had this serious look. You'll see it in my modeling pictures sometimes too. But whatever. That went away too. My grins, my smirks, my all that stuff was transmuted. Yeah, I used to have biceps, and I actually still have dumbbells and weights. I could work out again. I just haven't done it. Thank you, Mega 8. Oh yeah, Odessa Mama baby, what's up? I wasn't in there that early. Damn, man, 2005. I was there in 2000. Oh wait, it was 2000 and I take that back. One of my first things was I was finding I was dating some girl in Sumy, Ukraine. Wait, is there something wrong with the connection? Let me push 5. And that might have been around the same time you were there. But I was in Sumy, though. I've been in Pervamach, which is, I've been in Kherson, Kharkov, Lviv. I've been in several cities in Ukraine. It's a beautiful country. And in general, the people are very wonderful and kind and friendly, respectful. I was treated very respectfully. Unfortunately, I was disrespected by policemen. They were like thugs. And I found out there was a lot of corruption in police there. As a matter of fact, since I was a visitor, I had to use taxi cabs. And a lot of these taxi cabs would drive maniacally, crazily, right? And get pulled over, and they just gave the policeman money. Every single time we were pulled over, the cab driver just gave the policeman money, and we left. So I was actually two thugs, 2 policemen, took me to their office and got $800 out of me for no reason, just to get it. They wanted $3,000. I told them I didn't have it. I don't have it. You're not going to get $3,000. I don't have it. So they settled for me to go to an ATM and pull out $800 for them. So all my experiences in Ukraine weren't great. But anyways, it was a shift in my life. And I'm grateful for those experiences, and maybe some of you can say the same about your life journey. Certain circumstances led you to a spiritual journey. Well, those were mine. And so I was always different and unusual in my thinking, and I saw those early signs as a starseed, as an indigo child. But, I wasn't getting all these ascension symptoms until I really got into it. When you really shift to a spiritual journey and you're serious about it, you're committed, you have conviction in it, well, then you're going to start having ascension symptoms. Tonight's topic, Machiwa. Let me speed it up and finish these, you guys. Physical symptoms, emotional waves. You're going to have those. Buzzy feeling, ringing in the ears, strange vibrations, sleep disturbances, fatigue, tiredness. I mean, regular people not on a spiritual journey can experience some of these, but these are one of the many things that you can see as a sign. Heart palpitations, exhaustion, light flickers, blurry eyes, increased body odor, lightheadedness, hypersensitivity to light, sound, and sensory input in general. Electric shock sensations, unexplainable aches and pains, it goes on and on. And we talk about some of those things. Another one is you're going to think you're crazy. That's actually a ascension symptom. It's entirely normal to question your sanity at some point, likely multiple points during your awakening journey, right? Machiwa. Also, you'll have symptoms such as the sharpening of dreams. That's a good symptom. Glitches in reality. Glitches in the matrix. Have you ever seen a glitch? Deja vu? Anything unusual, paranormal? You might find yourself experiencing extraordinary vivid dreams. Maybe even lucid dreams. Hello? Deja vu. And you have to find yourself letting go of old habits and choices and thoughts and relationships. That's another symptom. Call to service to humanity. That's a big one. The leap of faith, the shift, the final note. You're going to go through these, you guys, changes. And we talk about some of this in angelic realities. Okay? And in angelic realities, it will give you a lot of changes. Let me see if I can find the page. If I can't find the page, I can find it on the PDF. But I've said it a lot of times already. You will start to see things not of this reality, but the other reality. You will see UFOs. You will see alien beings. You will see angels. You will see things that 3D people don't see because they're not on a spiritual journey. They're not believing in these things. They're not interested in these things. They don't put focus and energy in these things. We are. Okay, we're the ones wanting to go through a change. And we're doing we're doing so much research. You're learning so much information. Some of it even contradicts. That's where the spiritual work comes in, I mentioned earlier. This is part of you. You need to integrate this stuff, process these things, and enlighten yourself. The end result is to become a better version of yourself, better than what you were before, better than what you are now, maybe even. You're going to keep on improving. Hopefully, that's what your goal is. And so I want to make what you call a poll now that we've gone over a lot of the symptoms. Since we've heard of a lot of these symptoms, do you believe that you're going through ascension symptoms? Start a poll. No, it's not the Secrets of Amente. That's actually Voyagers 2. Voyagers 2 is the Secrets of Amente. This is the Angelic Survival Handbook called Angelic Realities, Machiwa. Start a poll. Are you, and put this in the chat to you guys, are you experiencing any ascension symptoms? Symptoms. Yes, no, or I'm not sure. Really, I am really not sure, and that's okay. I was just trying to spell it right, and anyways, start the poll. I mean, I was getting my apostrophe wrong or something. Yes or no, or I'm not really sure. 100% say yes so far. 90%, 95%. Whoa. Well, you guys are here on Ascension symptom video, so you're checking this. You're finding out, hey, I experienced 5 of those things. I experienced 10 of those things. Man, right? These are just more indications. It's not like you need indicators or signs, but most of us are getting them. You're going to find signs. Just like angel numbers. People call them angel numbers. Synchronicities. Thank you for those hearts. Who's doing that? Bless you. Kiss me. Much respect. But yeah, we're going through this together, and it's a group thing. We're all feeling it. Actually, it has to do with the Earth herself going through an awakening. Part of, it's not just humans who go through spiritual ascension. The planet goes through spiritual ascension. And from what we know is that some of Earth will ascend and some will not. Okay? So some people are going into another timeline. This is why we call out the 3 different timelines. There is a timeline, man, 94% of you have experienced ascension symptoms. A lot of you are going through these changes. A lot of you are in awakening, are expanding. And that is a good thing. And you guys know, I'm sure you know from experience that it's not all pleasurable. I mean, not pleasurable. It's not all nice and positive and stuff. Some of it's uncomfortable. Ow! I didn't feel good. Some of it's just not. Like you wonder, should I keep going on this route? This dark night of the soul, or whatever people are calling it out there, right? But yeah, you feel paranormal things. You can feel supernatural things, you guys. You're not crazy. Okay? You're going to think you are. Remember, that's one of the symptoms. Am I crazy? You're going to second guess yourself. Because you're going to be attacked by other people you care about, calling you weirdo or strange or stop doing that or what are you doing? You guys, stand in your awakening. Get through your awakening. You're going to experience these symptoms. Symptoms are good things. Symptoms are, hey, you're developing. You are going through expansion. This is why the symptoms are happening. You are taking what's in your junk DNA and activating it. What's up, homies? So bless all of you on your spiritual awakening journey and going through some changes. Because isn't that what you went on a journey to change? Because you didn't like the previous version of yourself. You didn't like the circumstances and how life was treating you in the old way, your old paradigm. This is why you're checking out a spiritual path. You're seeing if it's going to actually assist or help you, So this is, I don't know how many years you guys have been on yours. I've been on mine since those early Ukraine days. So if I want to say around 2007, 2008 is when I really, and then notice it was in 2010 when I found these teachings. So yeah, I fumbled about. You're going to fumble about. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to slip up. Don't beat yourselves up. Okay? Know that you are in grace. You're a blessed being. You're a creation of Creator. You know God created you. How could that be wrong or bad? Okay? So we take what Creator has created us in our template. That is who we are at this level, but we can make improvements. We can better ourselves. I know I feel I've bettered myself. I used to have angry, you guys. I used to hit the table when my computer didn't work. I would yell, I would cuss, I would scream and be profane. And I didn't care when I was in the anger. I just making myself despicable. I had to shift from that. I got that anger out of my life. You no longer are welcomed here in this temple. So, you learn or you don't, you guys. You're either learning and you're awakening or you're not. Are you becoming a better person or not? Machiwa. Anna Finley. I am empath and I can sense spirits, ghosts, witnessed a UFO 3 separate times. Got you, holy ones. I've seen UFOs 3 times and the third one was profound, utterly profound. So grateful I had that experience, right? And think about this, you guys. You do not need other people to agree with your spiritual ascension symptoms. You don't need people to believe in what you believe in. Okay? Remember, one of those symptoms, you're not meant to awaken others. Let people awaken themselves. You can share your journey and experience, but you're not meant to be telling people what they should or should not do. Hey, unless they asked for your opinion directly for it. Okay, so be responsible for your own spiritual journey and your own spiritual baggage, so to speak, right? Yeah, I've read all her books, but she only has 3 books, but I haven't watched all her workshops. There's hundreds of them. I don't even know what all of them are. Because when Ashiana split the shield, or when that split happened, she just freaking canceled out all those workshops. She doesn't offer them, she doesn't share them, she doesn't link to them. They're all gone. So I don't know all the workshops. None of us do, really. But that's why we're actively sharing everything we can with others. So yeah, I've read these books and I still go back and refer to them and help to explain things through the Voyager's books and the Angelic Realities book, which is a small book, as you can see, compared to this. But yeah. What the shit? Oh, anyways. Crystal. I love crystals. And we are crystal beings in the future, right? I love citrine. Real citrine, not orange, not heat treated amethyst. And this is an amethyst Vogel. Check out that. I think I must have chipped it off on my own. I don't remember when that happened, but this Vogel rocks, man. Machiwa. That sounds like a good idea, Rotava. Will there be a special stream video at 100,000? Well, it's taken me 2 years just to get to 70,000. So that's not going to happen around the corner. I'm at 73,000 right now. So we'll see, right? But no, we'll definitely have a special stream for that. Hell yeah, 100K. Now I already have, in all my platforms, when I add them all up, they're over 375,000. So that's over a third million, right? But my goal is to get to at least 1 million. And that would be a great accomplishment for these teachings. To get this message to 1 million people, regular 1 million people, would be awesome. That would be, I would say that is my mission, to reach a certain, what's that called? Like the 100th monkey effect is when you hit critical mass. I think that will help. When I hit critical mass by reaching 1 million subscribers, that is my mission completed. I believe that's my mission, to hit a critical mass in a certain amount of population on the earth. And hell, man, 1 million people would be such a huge blessing. 1 million people interested in the inner Christos, the inner God spark. Yes, Machiwa. All right, you guys, it's about that time. I'm going to be finishing up this live. It's already close to 9 o'clock my time. I'm sure it's later for some of you. So I thank all of you for being here with me on this discussion about ascension symptoms. Of course, there's different kinds of ascension symptoms. There's so many people who are unique, different unique bodies, different unique consciousness, different unique experiences. Some of you will have probably experienced things that nobody, that you don't know of anyone else experiencing, right? But yeah, this is a journey, you guys. So keep it up. Don't give up on it. Remember, there's that period of time where you could hit that space where you're not growing. You feel like you're not growing anymore. That's a time to hunker down and integrate what you've already learned. I'm in a practice of making a journal. That's always helpful, to have a journal in your spiritual awakening. Keep track of what you're doing. Make excellent notes. Make very organized notes for yourself, because you should be making notes off of videos, off of books, off of things you've heard. Write things down. Accumulate your information. Have it organized. Starval! Thank you so much, Holy One. That is so awesome and so needed. Thank you for that. Love you all. So much gratitude for this space and your work, brother. May we continue to grow and connect. Yes, Starval, you said it. Bless you, Holy One, for helping this work and for your kind words. We have a great community, if you guys haven't noticed. A lot of loving people. And at least today, our troll did not disturb us. So thank you to the troll. We love him. We sent him love. Could be girl too, right? It sounded like it was a guy though. But anyways, thank you so much, Starval. And our community is just getting bigger. You see that there's new people saying, hello, I'm new here. How's it going? But thank you guys for being here. And I make videos Monday through Friday, usually daily. We have a live today on Tuesdays, but also Saturdays. And if you need to reach out to me, you can through my Facebook. Message me there, or direct message me on Instagram. I also put my email below. And don't forget, you guys, the membership area is always waiting for you. HV again, Machiwa sister. Mwah! What is that, a pear or an avocado? I think it's a pear. Thank you so much for being here, HV. You guys are rocking. A lot of you are awakening. You know what's up. You rock, Zelda Zen. Thank you, Holy One. Thank you, Sarah, Stardust Goddess, Little Alien, Selena, Indigos, for watching our back, for being moderators, for keeping our chat clean, and keeping the trolls at bay. Thank you to all of you who are members, who are already supporting the work. Bless all of you. Thank you so much for being part of this calling, because it is a calling. If you look at the numbers here, there's only 10 million or less indigos. I think there's probably a little bit more, but because a lot of these indigos have been here since 1750. I mean, the generation started coming since then. And then there was some, mostly in the last 100 years, a lot of them came in the 50s, some of them came in the 70s, some of them came in the 2000s, and there's always going to be new generations. And then there's going to be indigo parents having indigo children. So there must be around 10 million at least around the world. But it's not much more than that, which is only 1%. That's only 1/10 of 1% of the population of Earth. But we are here. We are awakening ourselves and trying to help awaken the rest of the Earth. We are greatly needed. This is our calling. This is our mission, Holy Ones. And doesn't mean we're experts. It doesn't mean we're perfect. We have room for growth and room to learn. You can always learn something new. So thank you guys for being here. Let's say some of our affirmations together. Machiwa! I am Christ's star. I am Christ's star. I am Christ's star. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. Yes, you are, Holy Ones. Machiwa. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Do 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 do. I don't want to go, but oh, Celine knows it too. Omeda ipatuma. Omeda ipatuma. Patuma edeta hekumna. Omeda ipatuma. Treti la iderna. Treti la iderna. Durma ekenta ekuna. Omeda ipatuma. Of course, there's 3 verses of that. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to all of you indigo children, star seeds, angelic humans, azurites, Oraphim angels, avatars, angels and archangels, solar rishi, ascended masters. Bless all of you guardian angelic nations. Bless all of the interdimensional association of free worlds. Bless the Guardian Alliance. Namaste. Good night. Machiwa.